cause that claim she can count on him. She try to be nosy and hit her max. She like, girl, you can count on him. Hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep the score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God. Big numbers, 100 minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, 100 minute bag.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is...
Okay, Coach, we are at the confluence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela Rivers at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. Tonight, we begin Week 8 with a good matchup for you here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go!
Down, 8 read.
57, somebody. You.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They go with Chubb on second down, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun. Gilbert got a man. It's Ross, complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Double dog, that's the way. Rock twist. Kill.
From the gun, Ellis. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Squeeze.
Back to throw. Ellis going deep for Hopkins. And got his man complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Rock it. Go.
Operating from the gun, Ellis. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Here I come again.
Go.
52.
Hurry.
52.
Looking to throw. Ellis. And he comes back with one complete. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Back to throw. Ellis. Open man. Smith-Schuster. It's complete. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. On 1st and 10, Ellis. Benjamin's got it. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
2nd and 5. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Caught here by Bell. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins once again the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. Back to the air on 2nd down. Ellis, that's complete. It's Bell. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. From 17 yards out, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
But how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Gilbert firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook.
And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags, and I believe this is going to be a 1st down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
When Leonard Williams was picked in the 2015 NFL Draft, I compared him to Merlin Olsen. And I got a lot of grief about it. Did you just see that play there? Did you see how he made that move and made that tackle? That was Merlin Olsen-esque there.
I just perked up when you said Merlin Olsen.
Yeah, a lot of people said, hey, that's too much, too far. And
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. These two teams all tied after one.
Hey, we got four.
Go. Hey, orbit.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Ellis with a catch made by Hopkins. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
You draw corporate. Hey, echo. And ready.
On first down, Ellis. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be a second down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. That catch, by the way, number 1099 for his career, one away from 1,100.
Sounds like an IRS catch, doesn't it?
I was thinking the same thing, 1099. I'm just thinking I should be doing my taxes.
Exactly, got to turn it in. He's accumulating those kind of numbers, isn't he?
Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's second and goal. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Penny will try to punch it in, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Rashad Penny, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Steelers have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Check.
To throw on third down. Gilbert, quick hitter here, it's complete. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Returning, it's Benjamin. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And they fell behind early, but since then, 2 touchdowns and a 14-7 lead.
Yeah, they found the end zone on their first 2 drives, and even more so after the defense gave up the first lead. With these last 2 drives, obviously they inspired their D because they shut them down the last time out. They hope to continue that string.
Topper! Now! Shoot!
Throwing on 1st down. Dallas. On the crossing route, complete. It's Bell. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Flush to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
Check 24, check 24.
Hey! High 7! Ready?
From the gun, Ellis. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's 4th.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to have to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Looking to throw. Ellis. He's going to float this one deep right side. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
A bit of an opening there on the 1st down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Back to throw. Gilbert.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing.
We play to win. Let's go. Come on.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Gilbert. And quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Looking to throw. Gilbert. He gets this one to Boyd. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
Go! 15 line. 15 line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Gilbert. He completes it to Boyd. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, Gilbert. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. This quarterback now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Gilbert. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Protein spill.
To throw again, Ellis. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Look at me, zipper.
Looking to throw. Ellis. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
We got three. Blue draw Corkers. Hey, wahoo! Go!
Back to throw. Ellis. Boy, stays up. Able to power through. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. We have hit halftime. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, team 6, 5.
Throwing again. Ellis. On the crossing route, complete. It's Bell. And all the way down to the 26. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 47 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, Haywood.
55. Check tight.
From the gun, Ellis. He finds Hopkins complete. Well, we joked on his 1,099th catch that 1099 reminded us of our taxes. This one's not as funny. He has 1,100 catches, and he is legit.
Well, he's also in a different tax bracket than we are. Because of those 1,100 catches, he has earned it, hasn't he?
Indeed. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins once again the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun. Ellis over the middle, complete. That's Bell. Now Bell hit. He lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Hey, you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Ready?
Mike 58 right there.
They'll run with John. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Gilbert. This will be caught at about the 5. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that real bend but don't break approach made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football.
30 base.
Watch out. Tight end right.
Everyone go.
General West.
Switch. Watch safety creeping. Safety.
Yo, faster. I'm going.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Topper!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ellis. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. 27 yards there, a 1st down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Ellis eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Hey, Delta. Yep. I got motion man. Get it.
To throw again. Ellis. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Give him 6 yards in the 1st down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On 1st down, Ellis. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Back to the air on 2nd down. Ellis. It's complete to Hopkins. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 yards that time, but a Pittsburgh first.
Protein spill. Hey, box truck, box truck.
Check it out, Reed. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up.
Bravo.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, once again, the intended target. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And it's 3rd down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Hey, exit.
4 down, even.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Bengals getting set to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Gilbert. Open man is lost. Complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Gilbert. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Throwing again. Gilbert under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the 1st.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a 1st down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Off the play fake. Ellis. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Check. There.
On 2nd down, here's Penny. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. You hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away, trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
They'll run for it with Penny, and he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
Now.
Throwing on 1st down. Ellis. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13. Boy, he's moving right up the career leaderboard. Last catch tied him with Chris Carter. This one ties him with Hall of Famer Marvin Harrison.
So can he go ahead and prepare his speech right now for whatever date he's going to be inducted?
Want the measurements for the jacket?
Measurements for the jacket, what are the details for the weekend, how many people can he invite to the party? Because he's going to Canton.
If anybody's listening, I'm a 38 regular. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1.
Hey, Charlie.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Oh, I know it goes against the grain here. It totally goes against it, but you've got to drop the ball in that situation. He makes the catch, but he loses yards and doesn't get out of bounds.
He'll look to throw.
And remember, field goal does him no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Got his man, it's Eifert. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Throwing to start the drive. Ellis. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Hey. 4 down.
Now Bell hit. He lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. They'll try to draw now with Chubb. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they couldn't get that last play, that last little miracle play done. They were within striking distance, but couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had hope. They definitely had opportunity. Just unable to cash in at the end.